All right, so today we'll look at the RAPTED model. R-A-P-T-E, then what? D. The RAPTED model of creative intelligence, of CI. Now, when you talk about the RAPTED model, it means you're looking at a model that will help you move from where you are to where you want to be. I mean, leave the crowd. Because if you talk about the RAPTED model, it means that there is a crowd effect problem. So in the industry you find yourself, in the field of work and all that, you will always want to leave the crowd because it's always crowded, definitely. Somebody says crowded at the bottom. It means people doing the same thing you are doing are just many. And you must find a way of coming out to avoid the crowd effect problem, which is primarily the problem of recognition and the problem of people identifying you. So if you want to stand out or become outstanding in what you do, in any field you find yourself or any sector or industry, you must apply the RAPTED model of creative intelligence, which is R. It's an acronym, RAPTED. So R is redefine. It means you will need to redefine as many things as possible as regards that your industry. You have to redefine events, redefine tools, redefine everything about that industry, because your definition defines you. So what you're doing, and to the extent you can do what you're doing, is a function of the definition guiding you at that place of work or in that marketplace. So you must learn to redefine, because if you are not redefining, it becomes difficult for you to leave the crowd, because those who are within the crowd, they are guided by a singular definition. So the moment you redefine concepts and methodologies and approaches, you will likely leave the crowd and become outstanding. Number 2A, ask questions. You must learn to ask questions. And like I always say, you ask all kinds of questions. Don't be particular about asking the right question now. Just ask stupid question, crazy question, foolish questions, all kinds of questions. But that will still lead you eventually to ask the right question one day. But you will start with all kinds of questions, because those who are within the crowd do not ask questions. Those who are in your industry, in your field of interest, in the vocation you find yourself, they are guided by just sometimes assumptions, sometimes what they were told. So they are not asking any further questions that will make them leave the crowd. Somebody said, the more questions you ask, the more you have the tendencies to leave the crowd. So if you want to leave the crowd that you have found yourself in your field of interest, you must ask various questions, all right? Some crazy questions lead to crazy inventions, and eventually you stand out at the end of the day. Then P is pay attention to details. Now, pay attention to details. Now, every competitive market, if you are going to really do well there, you must leverage on details. So in the crowded system, the best way to go about it is to leverage on details. Pay attention to details. What other organizations or firms or companies are not taking note of, you take note of it. Or as an individual in a particular field, or in a skill set, and you want to come out of the crowd, you will have to leverage on the details other persons are not paying attention to. Then you're able to leave them behind. The next one, take T, that's take risk. Okay, I've said many times that not taking risk is even risky. It's more risky when you don't take any risk. So if you want to lead the crowd, you must learn to take a risk. And will you get it right always? No. Will you fail? Yes. Will you be disappointed? Yes. Will you make mistakes? Yes. Will you lose some money? Yes. But you've got to take risk, because people within the crowd do not take risks. They just do everything the same way every day and not trying new things, no challenges and all that. So they don't take risks. But if you are going to lead the crowd and use the RAPTED model, you must internalize the part of risk taking. Of course, some people call it calculated risk. whatever. Sometimes you are not sure if what you want to do will succeed, but you just have to do it. I mean, the only way to be sure to get there is to get there. All right, so you don't have a choice. But if it's calculated risk, you can take that.